Today we're going to be customizing the interior of my truck using only super cheap products from TEMU. Okay, let's see what we got here. We have our 2 rolls of alcantara wrap, and we have, if I remember correctly, that's lights, and this is like some red trim that we can put around the dash and stuff. I guess that's a tuck tool to help us. So all of this was less than 50 bucks. I mean, it's super cheap stuff. This is the same stuff that I had when I tried the experiment with the red alcantara, except this time we have black. So we're gonna see how this is gonna look. These panels in here, I'm certain that these come off, so we just gotta see how we can get them out. And the only thing I'm worried about is this area, these little extra pieces. The alcantara is not gonna be able to go into a recess like this. So we're gonna have to find a way to probably just cut that out. Should come out now. There we go. Piece number 1. Piece number 2 and piece number 3. So we have 1 piece of dash, 2 pieces of dash, and the 3rd piece, which is our glove box. Now we can clean these up and wrap them. First thing when you're wrapping this stuff, you really want to clean the edges. So this is just 70% isopropyl alcohol to clean the surface, get all the oils and stuff off. And then when you unroll this alcantara, the number 1 rule is do not let the alcantara stick to itself, because once it does, it's game over. You can't get it to unstick. This actually looks really good. Let's do the other 2. Continuing with the wrapping here, unroll the whole sheet and pull it tight so you have no wrinkles when you're squeegeeing or using a glove. That's what I used. And working on a table is really helpful in this situation because the alcantara stuck to the table instead of to itself. So it was a nice helping hand. The only negative with this material is that it's really thick. So I had to switch out my knife blade a few times just to make sure when I was trimming, all the edges looked super clean. All the pieces are done and they look so good. Like, I'm really impressed with this. If you remember, this one here had all these little like holes in it. There was a hole here, which you can barely see. And there's other slots drilled for different accessories, but you can't even tell. Like, the material's so thick it hides all those imperfections. So if you have dents and stuff, this will actually hide it. The only part I don't like is, look here. See how when you cut it, it leaves all those things, those little strands at the end? I saw someone recommend that if you have like a torch, you can just burn those off and it leaves a nice clean edge. I unfortunately don't have one here, but if you experience that when you're trimming it, just use a torch. Apparently it'll work really well. Now, let's go put it back in. When you're reinstalling the trim pieces, if the area is really tight in your car, make sure you put down like a cloth or some type of towel to prevent the material from getting scratched or damaged. We got the alcantara in, and honestly, it looks so good. With the black and the gray inside, I think it looks really good. Kind of understated, but clean. Anyways, next we're gonna do the lights, and we got the red theme going on, the red carbon fiber. So we're gonna do the red lights around the dash area. That's what I think I'm gonna do. And then after that, we'll move on to the little red trim. I had to feed the lights through this little hole in my center console. Because this console is not from my actual truck, I bought it from a different vehicle and installed it, there is a little gap here, so it's kind of helpful. Then you just work slowly, inch by inch, pushing the light bar into the gaps between certain trim pieces. Luckily, around my dash, the gap was the perfect size for these lights. Bending around the corners was the most difficult part, but on straight pieces, it goes in very easily. I think this was a mistake. I do not like the look of this. You see the clear stuff there? I mean, I don't like that during the day. At night, when I turn the lights off in here, it'll probably look sick, but during the day, that's not for me. All these wires under here, easily just clean them up, just tuck them underneath there. You can use a zip tie or whatever if you need something to hold them, even just table work. The other thing is they don't bend well. So on the side, if you look here, look at this. See, like these corners, you can't make it go back and then come down. This trim can hold it there, but it's just very sloppy. Yeah, I don't like that. If your car doesn't have these rounded angles, you'll be fine, but yeah, it's not for me. Time for the red trim. Now this installs just like the lights you see there, just you tuck it in. We'll see. Well, it's not working here because this gap is big enough, but then this is too tight and you can't get this in. It keeps popping out. Let's try somewhere else. Yeah, this red trim, I'm not feeling it either. Like, you really need, if you look here, that gap is really small, so it'll go in there and it's fine, but then you get a tight gap like this and it doesn't fit, because if there's a little space, this takes it up and then it shifts whatever you're trying to put it in over, and then there's no space right there. The other option is you find a larger gap like this, but then it just doesn't look right. When you put the trim in, the gap becomes so large that, look, it just sinks right behind, so that doesn't work either. The last option is a perfect size of trim like this, where it fits, but it looks weird when you trim it on the side. Look, I don't like that at all. So this, I think, is a no-go for me too. Okay, we turned off the lights, close the doors. Now, close the windows. Still got some bright sun there. Look at that reflection. But I think in here it's gonna look sick. Let's get these lights on. The pictures got me on this one, guys. It's just like the first thing is it's just not bright enough. Look at it. In the footwells, there's like no lights at all, which I like when there's light in the footwell. So I'm really disappointed with this. I mean, it looks good in the pictures, but in person it just looks cheap. I do not like this at all. Yeah, I was completely wrong with that one. So we're gonna rip these lights out, and then I'm gonna show you what the alcantara looks like outside. That's it. I mean, if it's up to me, I'll get the alcantara. That actually looks really good. And the black one's pretty subtle too. Red might be a little too much, but the black one looks really good in my opinion. The lights and the trim, they're really cheap, like $5 and $8 or something. So if you want to risk it, go ahead. But you know, it looks cheap. It doesn't look nice quality like the alcantara does. So I hope this video helped. If you have any questions, like always, ask in the comments. And thanks for watching.